Good morning, everyone. Mr. Ainsley Henriquez, head of the Jewish community in Jamaica. Mr. Bill Tinglin, chief spokesperson for MEDGIVE, New York. Ms. Anne Grant, executive director of the American Foundation for the UE. Other distinguished members of what I'll say the Jamaican diaspora. I just met a number of colleagues who are very much at home here, even though they are coming in from the US. I want to welcome you. Professor Joseph Plummer, head of surgery, Department of Surgery, Radiology, Anesthetic, and Intensive Care at the University Hospital of the West Indies. Deputy Dean Trevor McCartney, Deputy Dean for Clinical, Professor Maria Jackson, members of our academic community, our students. So good to see our students. Yeah. Members of the press, special guests, all. Welcome to this special handing over ceremony here this morning. It really is a pleasure to welcome you to the Faculty of Medical Sciences. And it's always a pleasure to be at a ceremony where we are being blessed by a donation. And this morning it's a very special donation. In fact, it's a big donation. We have received, and I'm going to make that note up front, a total of 440 medical clear safety glasses and a whopping 37,000 pieces of medical surgical implements, forceps, and you name it. A lot of things. So in fact, it's so much, you know, we've started to roll it out, but my facilities manager said, Dean, I'll have to get a trailer to put it in this room. So how much do you want here? So we just brought a little sample this morning as we celebrate the donation. But it's a big gift, and I think I want to put it in context. My apologies, Ms. Miller Israel of the Vice Chancellor's office. My apologies. You see, there's so many dignitaries and good friends. Ms. Israel is a very good friend of the faculty. So very much at home with us here this morning. Thank you for coming. I want to put the gift in context because it's a big gift, but in my view, it is even bigger in the context of where we are within the Faculty of Medical Sciences. And I want to share a little bit with you about that. That speaks to how far gifts like these can impact and make a difference. Just about 6 months ago, I got a call from a health system director in New Jersey. And she said, I've been trying to reach you, Dean. I want to speak to you about your graduates. We have some of your graduates here as residents in our health system. And we are so impressed with your graduates. We're so impressed with their performance, their clinical skills. It's like they have a sixth sense. What are you doing to graduate these kind of doctors? They're always ahead of the league compared to graduates from other schools. In fact, we'd like to have a partnership with you so that we can get more of these, really almost a pipeline that we can get these graduates. And that was really good. It's really good to get that kind of feedback. Because it says, and we continue, we have always had that reputation, that our doctors from the University of the West Indies are top wherever they go. Our graduates are top worldwide. We started in 1948 with 33 medical students. And last week, Thursday, we had something called a pledge ceremony where our students come to the end of their program. At the end, just before they start internship, we have a pledge ceremony. And we celebrated with 236 graduates. So I moved from 33 to 200. In fact, I'm keeping the count, you know, like the Minister of Tourism does. Pretty soon we'll reach about 10,000 medical graduates. I'm going to have a big celebration, very, very soon. Prof. McCarthy is counting, doing the count for me. But the university has grown. From 33 medical students, we now have 20,000 students on this campus. 20,000 students overall on this campus. And the university has grown in its Reputation. I think reputation has always been there, but part of reputation is that people have to see it and recognize it. And so all of you in this room know, and I'll say it again, and you go to another function, if you meet the Vice Chancellor, he'll tell you again, that we are the top university in the Caribbean, #1 in the region. Yeah? We are the top 3% in Latin America and the Caribbean. Top 3%. And we are ranked in the top 5% worldwide. So I say all of that to say, first of all, to assure Mr. Tinglin and Mr. Levy and colleagues who have contributed to this, that you have donated to a credible, strong institution. And your contribution is going to be used well to further improve where we are. Certainly I have a vision. I came in as dean 2 years ago. And I have a still very strong vision for improving our operations. We have a number of things, a number of projects. We have at least set up a special project desk. We have about 10 small projects working on to improve our quality, improve our delivery. But we're limited by resources always. There's always a limitation. One of the constant limitations is the funding and the resource support. In fact, the governments of the region remain committed to UWI, but with the economic situation as it is, they're unable to always contribute fully to the budget. And so we have a shortfall every year. So we have to be entrepreneurial, we have to look and we have to find partners. And so, as we join together today, I really appreciate this contribution because it is well needed. In the context of where we want to go, what we want to do for this institution, what we want to do for this medical school, we have to find partnerships where people who have goodwill and philanthropic vision themselves to come together to help us to fund our growth, our continued growth. Although we are limited in resources, we have a big heart. It's Caribbean people. It's you know how what I say, we little but we tallow. And I'm sure there's another saying somewhere where you don't have much, but you turn it and you make fashion and you do a lot with it. I'm from Trinidad, so I'll learn the pattern. Still learning the pattern. How do we do that? But we have a big heart. And that big heart is tied to the issue, I feel, that as a faculty, we must give back. We have to give back to society. In fact, in 1995, the World Health Organization started a push for something called social accountability in medical schools. And they defined social accountability as the obligation, and I stress the word obligation, the obligation that medical schools have to address the priority health needs of society. So what we're saying is that this building is wonderful. We have trained 10,000 physicians. People from New Jersey calling me to say, boy, your doctors are good. Our medical students are doing great. But that's not good enough. We must be always looking through the window and saying, what's happening out there? And how are we addressing those problems? Are they on our agenda? In fact, I was very pleased last year, we closed the malnutrition ward at the hospital. But you see, I give you the context of that. That closure wasn't because we ran out of money. You know, often as you close, you say, boy, money tight, we have to close and shut and rationalize. We closed because we ran out of patients. Yeah? We used to see kwashiorkor, marasmus, protein, energy, malnutrition, even my days in medical school. We saw cases and cases and cases. We had a ward specially set up for that. But through the work of the faculty, the work of TMRU, the Caribbean Institute for Health Research that we have now, Professor Golden and teams, we have all a history of names there. Chamberlain, Sir George Lee was involved with that. History of professionals who work with the ministry and with partners with WHO. We have basically eradicated protein, energy, malnutrition in Jamaica. Now, that's an example, I give you that example as a socially accountable intervention. Because we looked at what the problem was and we are addressing a priority health problem. We have other problems on our doorsteps now. We have other issues to address. And we want to continue with that obligation. Look at underserved communities within Jamaica. What is the medical school doing about it? So we have set up within the faculty a social accountability working group. Professor Maria Jackson is here, she's the chair of that working group. And we have started on a number of projects to reach out. So on the weekend, the last Saturday in June, we will be taking, I think, about 40 students, nursing, medical, physical therapists, pharmacy, dentists, dental students, to Westmoreland, going to one of our, I think it's one of our community churches in Bethel, I think, Bethel Town.
That's where I'm from.
I was trying to get the name right, Bethel Town, yes?
That's where I'm from.
There we go. So we're going to Bethel Town, and we're going to set up shop at a church, and we'll work all day. 40-something students, back to our buses going out. And we're going to deliver care, dental, nursing, medical. The philosophy of the faculty now is that we're going to work in teams. So my medical students got to know what the dental students are doing. My nursing students got to know what the medical and vice versa. So the team will be out there with support from the faculty to deliver care. That's a part of our social mission, our social outreach, our social mission. And the medical literature is telling us now, the more we do that kind of stuff, is the higher ranking your medical school gets. Huh? The social accountability is a marker of excellence in medical education. That's where it's at now. In the post-Flexner era where the science is important, the bedside examination, the clinical skills, you cannot leave without that. But you must have a heart for the community. You must have a heart for the community. So that social mission trust is going to be a critical marker that we're going to be flying high as a marker of excellence of this medical school. So I put that in context to say that the contribution, the donation from MEDGIVE is going to help us to give back. They say you pay it forward. We're going to continue to pay it as you give it to us. We'll continue to work it, grow it, build it back for the community well-being. We're very grateful for that, and we have a number of projects. I just spoke, Prof. Jackson just said to me, Dean, you must talk to them about this. She has a list. And I tell her, I'm not so good at begging. Yeah? But she said, just talk to them, you don't have to beg. Just mention it. Right? Just mention it. Because it's real. And we are serious about putting it to good use. So, my colleagues and friends, I want to say that it really is a very joyous occasion. It's a good moment for us this morning. And I'm really delighted that many of you traveled so far. It's Dennis shipping now. Dennis? Right. We're grateful for the work you did to get this huge container onto our doorsteps at really no cost to the university, no cost to us. So we're extremely grateful for your contribution. I think the partnership is there. It's like a relay race. The hands are there. People are working together. The faculty, I tell you, in all seriousness, we stand ready to work with you to deliver to the population of Jamaica and the Caribbean the best teaching, the best research, and the best outreach. Thank you very much, ladies and gentlemen. So I think it's now my pleasure to invite, it's a short ceremony, we now invite Ms. Anne Grant, the Executive Director of the American Foundation for the University of the West Indies.
Ladies and gentlemen, good morning. I'm delighted to be home.
Yes.
Not only home in Jamaica, but home in my alma mater, the greatest university on earth, the University of the West Indies. I hope the people from Fordham and Nova Southeastern are not in the room, because I also went there. But with credit, we would have died with all of the learning that I have in higher education. Good morning, and thank you so much for being here. To say how thrilled and excited I am, there are not enough words, but in the interest of time, I'd just like to echo sentiments of the board of the American Foundation for the University of the West Indies, specifically our chairman, Dr. Cyrus McCallum, who's unable to be here, and he's a medical doctor in charge of a large part of the Brooklyn health system. He's a specialist in OBGYN and gynecology, and so he was not able to make it because he has significant obligations back home in New York. But he extends hearty congratulations and a very warm hello from warm New York, so we can afford to do that. I'd like to thank also our partners. Rabbi Herman Levy, who unfortunately is not here with us, but he is MEDGIVE. And for the record, it is important that we acknowledge the foresight and the vision of Rabbi Herman Levy, who pretty much, in addition to taking Mr. Tinglin and myself to the warehouse, actually engaged in lifting up the things, ensure that they were loaded onto the truck, and delivered them, and shepherd them to their destination. So, Rabbi, if you can hear us from across the waters, thank you so very much. Without our partners, this would not be possible. I met a very passionate Jamaican about community service. His name is Bill Tinglin. And he was like a tick in terms of how we ought to work together to collaborate to ensure that this donation got to Jamaica and to its destination, which is the University of the West Indies. Our Dean acknowledged Dennis Hawthorne, but I'm just going to crave your indulgence. Dennis is a long-time friend of the university and the foundation. In addition to shipping every single thing that we have ever sent in 13 years, he also has scholarships, full-time scholarships here of students. And I just want to give a big shout out to Dennis for setting an example. So he has shipped from the foundation computers, conference tables, chairs, hospital beds, dental chairs, CDs for the reggae archives of the reggae studies unit. You name it and Dennis will ship it, particularly if it says UWI. Lastly, I'd like to thank Marcia Erskine. Yes, you Marcia, for adding the Marcia magic. Yes. We call her up and we say you need to make this happen because it is important, and you did it. I just want to thank you so much on behalf of the foundation and all of the organizations and institutions that are going to benefit from the other events that you are waiting to do when we get donations. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much for your time. Thank you for your good wishes for our university. And I'd just like to leave you with this. As human beings in our space and time, we have one obligation. Our obligation is to treat each other with dignity and respect. To learn to appreciate the essence of the human spirit and the fact that we are on this earth but for a moment. And the only single mark of our humanity is to be able to be kind and generous to one another without seeking reward or fame. And I encourage you, as we go forward today, to duplicate and mimic the gesture of MEDGIVE, represented here by Bill Tinglin, the gesture of the Dennis Hawthorns of the world, the gesture of our faculty and our staff, the gesture of the management and staff of the university, persons like Mina Israel, who constantly go out and see, and the gesture of the people in the media, like Michael Sharps, who are here to tell the story about what we need to do for our people. Thank you.
Very well said. I have been saying to my students that to graduate from the Faculty of Medical Sciences, you need to have two things. I don't know if these students here have heard that as yet. This is the new regulation. Yeah? You need to have a good GPA, right? So you need to have a passing GPA, give me your best GPA. And you need to have a good heart. You can't graduate, you don't have that good heart. And Mr. Grant is speaking to that, the humanity and the caring and so on. So let's keep that focus. This is a good example of how we can generate that spirit of community and humanity.